Greetings, welcome, bienvenidos, hola, aloha, ni hao, namaste, konnichiwa, bonjour, buongiorno, sawadee karup, guten tag, jawivi vakat bang, half a day, privyet, jajanendra, salam, shalom, peace now. Go vegan. Peace how? Go vegan. It's Go Vegan Radio with Bob Linden, now broadcasting and podcasting for 20 years, but who's counting? Well, what can I say? No, really, I'm asking you, what can I say? It is a very sensitive post-free speech censorship era, so I'm asking you, what can I say? What am I allowed to say? And how offensive can it be? And who judges what is offensive? I mean, I've now in this new era, I have pledged allegiance to self-censorship. I'm really watching my words and the topics I discuss. Right now, if somebody asks me, how are things? I just say, things are plural. And if somebody asks me, how is everything? I say, everything is singular. If people ask me, what's new? I say, this moment. I'm trying not to be controversial here, huh? So, how are you doing? Well, pretty much, how I'm doing. Basically by brain cell activity. I think that's how I'm doing. What's up? That's a two-letter word that starts with U and ends with P. Much like a six-pack of Bud Ultra, or Michelob Ultra, or whatever that is. Not to offend anyone who thought this was an alcohol-free zone. I am walking on the non-existent eggshells of vegan eggs. I'm walking on the non-existent eggshells of a tofu scramble. Yummy. For years I've been pushing for all animals, to be called, him or her, not it, because I thought it makes them more like things or products. I thought it was enough to push for him or her. And now, in the world of gender issues, really don't know what's right. I mean, if it makes my adopted poodle happy, to be called, self-licker, okay, fine. If my adopted chihuahua is happier to be called leg humper, okay. I'm all for adding those new companion animal pronouns to the vocabulary. And if you don't mind, I think I'll just start calling all people it. I hate to admit it, although I used to almost be proud of it, that I have been arrested maybe 6 or 7 times for free speech issues related to animal rights advocacy. I know. I apologize for fighting for free speech. Oh, and I shouldn't use that word, fighting. I apologize for being assaulted, handcuffed, detained, and jailed, for peacefully exercising my right to peaceful free speech at numerous peaceful animal rights demonstrations. I was never found guilty because what I was doing was peaceful and constitutionally protected. Sometimes the police violated my rights. On other occasions, the police protected my rights. On one occasion, you might say, I was found guilty of exercise. I was found guilty of exercising my constitutional rights because for some reason my free speech case was assigned to traffic court in Beverly Hills, which confused everyone, including the judge. I mean, everybody's up there. No, I stopped at the stop sign. The light wasn't red yet, and I'm there on constitutional issues. So the traffic court judge gave me community service and had to put in, what was it, however many hours working for Go Vegan Radio. Um, and he must say, Go Vegan Radio board member, our good friend Julie Mescal really got slammed or slammered when her free speech case went free of the Constitution, if you can believe it. She did a protest, just basically handing out flyers, and in most of these laws that were meant to discourage free speech, you know, and they often had activists arrested for trespassing, but in that same law, in those trespassing laws, it would say, does not apply to those engaged in constitutionally protected activity. So what happened in Julie's case in court? The judge ruled that they could ban the use of the word Constitution, so nobody actually knew the law under which she was being prosecuted, and there you have it. Seems who could have known even what the future might bring. Anyway, so all I can say about free speech is use it or lose it, and when you do lose it, you'll be sorry. And with censorship, nobody will ever know that you're sorry, or probably know where you are, or where you've been taken. You're happy about who is being censored today, right? You won't be so happy when it's you tomorrow. So, and we were at the forefront. And if any of what I just said offends you, I retract it all. Please just insert only what you wanted to hear. And so do you want to hear a Polish joke? Huh? You think that would be offensive? They historically they have been, right? But what if it's a Polish joke on us? Wouldn't it be funny if Poland were more concerned about civil liberties than we are? That would be quite a joke, huh? Well, it's actual reality here. So let me refer to an article in USSA News where it says, Poland's justice minister announced a legal initiative aimed at enabling internet users to file complaints against the removal of online posts, as well as the creation of a special court for freedom of speech. We're talking Poland here now, okay? It says Justice Minister Zbigniew Ziobro said the aim of the bill was to give internet users the feeling that their rights are protected and that their posts cannot be arbitrarily removed from online platforms. So here's what was said here. So the full name of the bill in Poland is the Law on Freedom of Expressing One's Own Views and Searching and Disseminating Information on the Internet. So according to his Facebook page, which I wonder if this is, maybe it's not there anymore, Ziobro, a free speech advocate, said, quote, I was born and raised among people for whom freedom was the most precious of values. In Poland, we are so attached to freedom because we know what it's like when someone tries to limit it. For close to 50 years, we lived in a country in which censorship was practiced, in which Big Brother told us how we are meant to live and what we are meant to feel and what we are not allowed to think and say or write. That is why we are so concerned with any attempt to limit freedom. One of the symptoms of freedom, one of the synonyms of freedom for us Poles has always been the internet. Does that synonyms? Okay, so I guess the internet represents freedom to Poland, if I'm interpreting into English here now. So he continues in his quote, "It is the most democratic medium in history," talking about the internet, "a forum on which everyone can have a voice. It is a tool which gives everyone the opportunity to have an impact in a way which was unknown to us even a dozen or so years ago. The freedoms that came with the lack of regulation of the internet had numerous positive aspects, but there are also negative consequences with time. It became dominated by huge international corporations, wealthier and more powerful than many nations. These corporations treat our online activity merely as a source of revenue and a tool to increase their global domination. They have also introduced their own standards of political correctness, and they fight those who oppose them. We are now increasingly faced with practices we believed were left in the past. The censoring of free speech, once the domain of totalitarian and authoritarian regimes, is now back, but in a new form, run by corporations who silence those who think differently. The discussion consists in the exchange of views, not in silencing people. We do not have to agree with what our opponents write, but we cannot forbid anyone from expressing views that do not contravene the law. Everything which is not forbidden is allowed. Also, on the internet, there is no tolerance for censorship, nor can there ever be. No tolerance for state censorship, such as the one Poland faced under communism, or the private type, which we are seeing today. Freedom of speech is a cornerstone of democracy. That is why we must defend it. It is not up to algorithms or the owners of huge corporations to decide what opinions are correct and which aren't. Poland will always stand at the guard of democratic values, including freedom of speech. The owners of social media networks cannot operate above the law. That is why we will do everything to define the frame of operations of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and other similar platforms. In Poland, we will regulate with appropriate national regulation. We will also suggest similar laws be passed in all of the EU. Social media platforms have to serve us and not the interests of their powerful owners. Everyone has the right to freedom of speech, and Poland will defend that right. End quote. Whew, that's inspirational there, huh? So the new law in Poland is due to be passed that would fine big tech or big brother tech firms a staggering $2.2 million every time they unconstitutionally censor lawful free speech online. So, and they're going to have a procedure for that that's kind of fast tracked. So that is pretty amazing, right? That you know, when it comes to free speech, the joke is on us. On us, the Polish joke is on us. So in Poland, my hate speech is protected. So I can say I hate Polish sausage. In fact, I hate all sausage made from animals. I hate sausage, and I hate hot dogs, and bacon, and ham, and pastrami, and corned beef, and salami, and deli meats, all of which fall into a category called processed meats. Now, did you know that the World Health Organization has classified all processed meats as a human carcinogen, also saying that red meat is a possible carcinogen. But for sure, the World Health Organization says processed meats are a carcinogen. So, I demand that Big Brother Tech remove all favorable content related to processed meats and red meat. All of that. Remove it now from Fascist Book or Hitler. And screw you, Tube. Let's do a class action suit against Big Brother Tech, huh? Come on, do what's right. Do what's right. This is according to the World Health Organization. So the precedent has been set. So I would say, that in fact the World Health Organization should mandate that we wear a mask whenever we are within 6 feet of, processed meat. Whenever we're within 6 feet of sausage, hot dogs, bacon, ham, salami, deli slices, any processed meat, red meat, and really, if you want to get down to it, we should be wearing a mask within 6 feet of all flesh, fish, dairy, and eggs. If you really want to protect your family's health, cancer, heart disease, wouldn't you wear a mask to protect them from that? Diseases that, diabetes, diseases, stroke, diseases that have killed millions of Americans, and you're not willing to wear a mask? Huh. Do as Dr. Ouchie Fauci says. Actually, do as he says, but not what he does. I mean, did you see him interviewed on the Quid Pro Cuomo show on CNN, on the CNN television network? Ouchie Fauci said what he missed most when he's in D.C. away from New York are hot dogs and pastrami. Both classified as human carcinogens by the World Health Organization. His organization. He's violating. It's like Fauci taking off his mask. Well, he takes off his mask to consume hot dogs and pastrami, huh? So I demand that interview be banned from all social network platforms, all social media platforms, along with, really, I demand, maybe we should have a class action lawsuit. I demand that any favorable content, any recipes involving carcinogenic processed meats, or probably carcinogenic red meat, this is according to the World Health Organization. I mean, you'll see, consumption of animal protein connected to cancer, heart disease, all of those diseases elsewhere. But right now, we're just talking about the WHO and Baba O'Reilly, Dr. Baba O'Reilly here. So really, all of that, any favorable content related to meat, dairy, fish, and eggs should immediately be removed from the big brother tech. Um, and so, yeah, I hate that people eat meat, dairy, fish, and eggs, and that I hate that they wear leather, feathers, fur, wool, and silk, and I hate that animals are used in experiments and in products. I hate it. I hate it. So, if that's hate speech, go ahead, go ahead and ban me. Go ahead and deplatform me. You know, at least at least I know I'll get heard in Poland. All right, and one person's hate speech is another person's love speech. I love animals so much that I hate that they are exploited and abused and imprisoned and killed. I hate that people think that there are humane ways to do all of that. I hate it. But one person's hate speech is another person's love speech. But I must say, I do hate hating what happens to animals, and I would just hate it. If that love speech were censored. My hate speech is love speech, and I don't really want it to be censored. But I'll understand if it happens, and I'll be proud to be heard in Poland. So anyway, less hate, more love, right? Coming up on today's show, less hate, more love, and less talk, more music too. You'll love hearing about 21 vegan companies we love. Why limit it to 21? Well, it's 2021. And it's the 20th anniversary of Go Vegan Radio with Bob Linden. But okay, so if it were 2099 right now, okay, we'd highlight 99 vegan companies, but it's 2021. So let's see, in 2099, we'll be celebrating the 98th anniversary of this talk show, and that'll be my 115th year of being vegan. So we'll be patient for that, right? Okay. But right now, let's go with hey, I'm vegan for 37 years, and this here show just turned 20. So who would have imagined that? I thought it would last 2 weeks. Now, 20 years later. 20 years of opportunities for you to donate to this show. And how many times have you taken advantage of those opportunities? How many times have you donated over 20 years? You can make up for it now. You can make up for lost time. Make up for lost time by hitting the donate button at goveganradio.com, where there are almost 650 free archive shows for your listening pleasure. Of course, with your donation, you'll be supporting the most important show in all media in the history of the universe, as we are really the only. So maybe you've given money to NPR or PBS or who knows what, right? But they're not like this show. They're not like Go Vegan Radio with Bob Linden. We're the only program with the only action plan to save billions of animals every year, to save billions and trillions of animals. We have the only action plan, actually, to save the planet. To save the planet. Nothing but going vegan will save the planet from climate change and deforestation and water scarcity, resource depletion, habitat destruction. We promote the only action plan to end the mass extinction already in progress. The only action plan to save your family from the ills of hot dogs and pastrami when you won't even hear it from the nation's number one doctor. And that's right. So, will save your family from hot dogs and pastrami when even hot dog and pastrami breath Fauci will not do it. Remember, in the beginning, Fauci said, don't wear a mask. Then he said, wear a mask. Then he said, wear 2 masks. So, is he thinking clearly? So, can you think clearly if you're breathing in the, your exhalation, your hot dog and pastrami breath? You're supposed to breathe that out. So, does breathing back in hot dog and pastrami breath affect your thinking? Does it affect your health? We need a study. Where is the Lancet when we really need it? Did you, by the way, did you happen to see there was a leaked video of Facebook's Zuckerberg on an internal Facebook Zoom call where he was expressing real concerns about the new COVID vaccine affecting DNA, RNA. He was definitely worried about this new nanotech, this nanotech, basically experiment on people. It's an experiment on society. I guess he's not for nanotech. He's for big brother tech. Anyway, so Zuckerberg was really like all worried about this vaccine. So what did he do? He did a quick interview with pastrami and hot dog breath Fauci, who simply said, "Oh no, it doesn't affect DNA." And Zuckerberg just took him at face value. Or took him at Facebook value? Or was it, face value with 1 mask or 2 masks? I don't even know, So, and then, what effect does the vaccine have on people who eat a lot of pastrami or hot dogs? We need research, okay? We need the Lancet to look into this. So, anyway. Sorry, pastrami is not love speech. I said we were going. It'll be more, more music, less talk. I mean, more love, less hate. So back to love. We're gonna have. We love VANESSA MARSOT of Ellora Wellness. You may know her as a correspondent for Lunch Break Live and Jane Unchained. Okay, well, she's coming up on today's show. We did a collaboration to come up with 21 companies to receive a highest integrity award. And so we will talk about those 21 companies receiving the highest integrity award. That coming up on today's show. Oh, Pfizer and Moderna didn't make the list. Maybe next year. Okay. So. But Evolution, vegan dog and cat food, did. Daisy's favorite dog food. She's been eating it for 8 years. Daisy, the love of my life. Vegan now for 8 years. And you can look into Evolution. You can order online at petfoodshop.com, petfoodshop.com, or you can call 800-659-0104 for Evolution Vegan Dog and Cat Food, a family business for over 30 years now. Not one product recall. And, Eric, these are hard times financially, so I'm sure that if you call, Eric will give you a break on price. If you call 800-659-0104, Evolution for all stages of dogs and cats' lives. And there's you can get the organic variety, so check it out. And also, I just want to put in a word to please support your local vegan restaurants, your local 100% vegan restaurants. please support them in these hard times. Get takeout from them. Whatever you can do. Um, they are the community treasures, and you know, one I happen to really love is Vegetarian House in San Jose, one of the best vegan restaurants in all the world. It is 100% vegan, non-GMO, 100% organic, very delicious. Check out the menu at vegetarianhouse.us or vegetarianhouse.com. And one of these days when we get back to normalcy, uh, and what is normalcy? One mask, two masks. Uh, you tell me. No masks? Is that even possible? Imagine the day of no masks and actually going into restaurants and catering. Having events catered. Vegetarian House, had just a massive, successful catering business, but that went down the tubes when all of this struck. But we're looking forward to better days, and let's celebrate the wonderful. We're going to celebrate 21 vegan companies coming up with Vanessa Marceau. Although really, all 100% vegan companies are our heroes right now. So, and I want to thank you for joining us today. And again, you can support us with a donation at goveganradio.com. This is Go Vegan Radio with Bob Linden at goveganradio.com. Hard to believe, but here we are at our 20th anniversary. Unbelievable. A show that was supposed to last 2 weeks now at its 20th anniversary. When I started this show, I was a vegan for a mere 17 years. Now, 37 years as a vegan. So I guess wow. I should give thanks to Mother Nature for providing all of the fruits, vegetables, nuts, grains, seeds, and beans over all these years, so I could actually eat, and also the vegan cupcakes and potato chips. But we won't talk about that. We'll talk about kale and yams and lentils, and not talk about how the vegan cupcakes and potato chips. So. On today's show, what we did a feature, and actually we did a whole New Year's party. We did the Reggae Vegan World Party, which is available at go.goveganradio.com/party, and it's a 5-hour extravaganza with very amazing reggae music and very amazing speakers, including my next guest, Vanessa Marceau, who is with Ellora Wellness, and you also know her from hosting Lunch Break Live. And how are you today, Vanessa?
I am doing really well. I just want to say congratulations to you on your 20 years of this amazing radio show, and also on 37 years of being vegan. You are an inspiration and a trailblazer, and I'm so grateful for you.
Well, you can live at least that long as a vegan, right? You can make it at least 37 years. So
that's for me.
And no health problems, at least that I know of, because I don't go to the doctor, but so far so good, like heart is beating. I expected to only live to be 47 anyway, because my father died of a heart attack at a young age. My mother died shortly thereafter, so I am well past expectations, and I did this for the animals anyway, so I thought people were saying, oh, you're gonna, my future ex-mother-in-law was saying, you're going to die if you eat like that, so, and I probably still will at some point in the future, but I think
chances are that you will at some point,
You didn't have to agree with me. I was just
I'm a
trying.
betting person. You'll at some point you'll die. I'm reasonably certain of that. But
Well, if we make it to 2099, we would be able to pick out 99 wonderful vegan companies that would win the highest integrity award. But since it's only 2021, Vanessa and I got together and did a collabo to figure out 21 of the great vegan companies out there who would merit the highest integrity award. Although, if you think about it, if it's really a 100% vegan company, they all should get it. So,
there are far more than 21, and we tried to have some in various different categories, but there are so many more that we could have mentioned that are just as integrity filled and that have just as high standards. But we only have so much time in the day,
well, like I said,
and
when we make it to
uh,
2099, which, you know, the vegan diet, longevity will probably make it there, then we'll be able to have 99 companies that year. So look forward to that. But it
companies.
was 21 this year. Oh, and what happened with Ellora Wellness? We were all excited when you opened your place in Altadena, right?
Was a very exciting opening. We had so many great events. We had Patrick Baboumian, who stopped by for a massage. We had Will Tuttle, who came to speak to us. John Pierre spoke. We had so many great events, great pole dance classes, great food, brunches, boutique, healing arts. It was going so well and going so strongly, and I was so excited. My last pole class that I taught, I was thinking, wow, these are really starting to happen. It's really picking up. This is becoming successful. I have these regular students. This is so great. Next day, lockdown, everything shut down. Couldn't do anything inside. And given that it was a community space, you really can't do that virtually. Even though I can do some classes here and there virtually, you really can't have a community center in that way. And so I saw this is not happening, and I had to shut down. And I decided that I didn't foresee anytime soon of this shutdown being lifted. So I did end up completely closing down. But the good news is that it opens me up to do the next step of Ellora Wellness, which is the international step of opening an intentional vegan community that's completely off the grid, self-sustaining. We grow our own food, make our own soaps and toiletries and different products, and we are off the corporate consumer grid. And I'm hoping to be able to do that with a nice piece of property in the south of France. So that is what is coming next, bigger and better. And in the meantime, I'm the Vegangelist. Vanessa is the Vegangelist going on the Vegan World Tour, spreading news of the vegonomy. I'm starting with Turkey, and I'm going to be leaving shortly to film it and spread the word about veganism and see what's going on in the different countries that I can get into, being an American.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful that you well, you're committed for sure. Definitely, like, and it's
Sometimes should be committed, but never mind.
well, oh, and I think, what, don't you have a license to practice psychotherapy? So you just did an analysis of yourself? Is that
Yeah,
that?
right. Exactly. I am fully licensed to diagnose myself. And too
All
often.
right. Well, I'm afraid to ask uh, about me. So
When I was in graduate school, I had a joke with my friend, the DSM, which was our Diagnostic Statistician's Manual on diagnosing, and I said to her, she's like, I think I have a lot of these disorders because you always think you have what you're reading about. And I said, listen, your pages 1 through 300, and I'm pages 300 through 600. Like, we got it covered between us.
well, don't you know, who would be attracted to psychiatry, right?
Right?
Anyway, right?
It's gotta be, people who are curious about the human spirit and what makes us tick. That's who.
hmm Okay. Very good. Okay. So, and what makes us tick our best is being vegan, by the way.
Oh,
If we haven't noticed, that's the best way of ticking.
and it's the most morally congruent for all of us because it means that we're not harming anybody. We're living in a way that doesn't harm. So there's no moral blight on our conscience. There's no shame. There's no shoulds of how you should consume, how you should live, how you should treat others. And we are doing something that frees us and makes us lighter and also doesn't impede our whole digestive process by having to consume and digest animal products. And it's not ruining the planet, unlike animal products.
Yeah, the best action we can take, and I guess that's why I've been doing this for 20 years. I mean, it's been
No?
a challenge. I mean, I thought, this will last a couple of weeks and I'll go back to like having a real life, but some whatever that means. But it was more like, wow, I have to raise money to pay radio stations and radio networks. Where's my money? Oh, I have to couch surf. Okay, well that makes it interesting too. I guess the book will be interesting when I get to that.
Oh, yeah.
On the 20 years of having to get this show together and the radio stations and the networks and all the insanity that goes along with it. So,
Yeah,
um,
really book.
so
Just
in fact,
enjoy them.
maybe I'm asking for analysis right now just by putting that out there, right? So, um, where'd you go? I'm not hearing you.
Oh, I'm here. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
yeah. Okay. Um, okay. So we decided to get together and come up with the highest integrity awards for
Yes.
2021 and 21 companies. And so let's have you start us off on this list here and see
Right. Sounds good.
whom we admire for their high integrity.
Absolutely. The first one is a perennial favorite, Evolution Dog and Cat Food. They
Yes,
have been in
evolution.
business over 30 years. Yeah. No product recalls, no chemical preservatives. They also have organic products, no mold inhibitors. It's so easy and so possible for your dog and cat to go vegan. They don't need meat, they need nutrients. So they need to get those nutrients. And as long as they get them, they can be healthy and happy. And so Evolution Dog and Cat Food proves that to us over and over.
Yes, yes, and it's proven because Daisy loves it, and that's what she eats every day, and she's been vegan now for 8 years. So,
Wow.
yep,
That's awesome.
yep,
Yeah.
Daisy's
That
happy and healthy, and vegan for 8 years. She loves it, and if people ever were to look at the ingredients in commercial so-called pet food, they'd be seeking out an evolution
yeah.
right
Right.
away when you consider it. I mean, they're rendered dogs and cats, and
Oh,
just
God.
you know,
Terrifying. And
it's just growth. The euthanizing agents of dogs and cats winds up, I mean, sewage and blood, plasma, uh, spent chicks, spent hens, ground baby chicks, all. It's just a mess. And evolution, like you said, has been around for over 30 years and not one product recall. So,
that's impressive. And what I want to say is that our furry friends are members of the family. And if that's a member of your family, wouldn't you want to feed them high quality stuff, not just the cheap crap? You want to feed them high quality. You're not going to have as many vet bills. You're not going to have as many problems. So they are worth it, our furry friends. And
yes.
non-furry, all of them. So that's number one. Number two, Miyoko's Creamery. She uses a traditional technique for cheese making that is just cruelty free. She has a line of dairy free butters and cheeses and also has a sanctuary. So I appreciate her for that. I've seen her at some animal activism events and I just really admire that she has this great mega business that's becoming so huge. You can find her products all over, converting people left and right because dairy is often the hardest for people to give up because of those literally addictive casomorphines, which are in the morphine family
Right.
that
Right.
are found in cow breast
hmm
fluid. And so she not only is converting people that way, but through a loving sanctuary.
Well,
So,
that's great. We love Miyoko, and didn't she? I think she got started. Like her initial success was that she won a vegan chocolate chip cookie recipe contest for an airline, and
oh, wow.
yeah, and
That's
so
very cool.
suddenly, suddenly she won that, and then suddenly she's like, probably like an I Love Lucy episode of like, now what? What do we do now? Thousands of chocolate chip cookies. Come on, you know. So it's a,
That's great.
yeah. So, yep, we love Miyoko.
Hey,
Okay, so
number
let's
three.
continue on our highest achievement award winners for 2021.
Number three is Harmless Harvest. They do organic coconut water. They also have some dairy-free yogurts and smoothies. They do it the ethical way. They're not exploiting monkeys in Thailand like some coconut places. They believe in regenerative agriculture and contribute to that. And so we really appreciate that they are conscious, not just vegan, but also thinking of the ethics of production and the whole process of it.
Right, and it's an organic coconut water, and I think the most delicious. I mean, it's my personal favorite.
Bob's personal favorite. That would make anyone love it. So got that one. Then
Yeah.
number four is the Forager project, also a sustainable and organic company since 2013, family owned and operated yogurt plant-based creamery.
Yes, and I really like their yogurts too. And then they have, like yogurt beverages that I guess are like kefir, or
Oh,
it's,
so good.
yeah, very, very
So
delicious.
yes. Then we have the Loving Hut restaurant empire, Master Ching Hai, who is such a visionary and participated in the Climate Healers Conference, the Global Fire Conference that we just had in December. It's international, 35 plus countries, natural products. She very strongly advocates vegan lifestyle, world veganism through world peace, or world peace through world veganism. And so she's an outspoken advocate for
She's
passion.
a great humanitarian and just such a great champion for the animals. Like I've loved Supreme Master Ching Hai for years. I mean, she's really into it for the animals, and even wants there to be vegan law to, outlaw cruelty and use of animals. Which, why not?
Def-
If we had our priorities together, a lot of the laws would be changed in a lot of different directions, including those that would be kind to animals by not eating them or wearing them or using them. And I mean, they do rescue. I know that they ran to Haiti when there was the earthquake. Whenever there's some sort of catastrophe around the world, they go there and they feed vegan meals to people. And a few years back, I actually received the Shining World Hero Award from the
Oh,
I hate to bring it up, but if I didn't, nobody else would right now. So, so
well,
it
tell
was
me back, and
the
I'll bring it up every time you and I talk.
okay, all right. So it was the Shining World Hero Award, and okay, thanks again for joining us today on Go Vegan Radio with Bob Linden. Now commemorating 20 years as the first vegan talk show in commercial mainstream media. We started 20 years ago on KRLA in Los Angeles and quickly added stations in San Francisco, KYCY, and then the Quake and Green 960. We were on the Air America radio network. We were on the GCN network. We've been on left-wing stations, right-wing stations. We're everywhere. Everywhere where people are interested in food and animals and health and the environment, which has led to us being on as on air and as a podcast for 20 years now. So please support our work. We've been involved with media and producing special events. Also, we talked about those 21 vegan companies receiving the highest integrity award on our New Year's show, which you can still hear. You can go to go.goveganradio.com/party for our New Year's Reggae Vegan Party. Check it out. You will enjoy the music. It's a 5-hour presentation, so you can go there. Or you can support us with a donation at goveganradio.com. Thank you for listening.